Hello and welcome back to MATLAB Programming. In this part, I'm going to show you how you can easily create a vector and also extract some part of a vector. All right. One thing that I would like to explain here is that, as you remember, I can say A equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I can define A like that. But also, I want to tell you that you can create A like this. So you start 1 colon 8. Okay? 1 colon 8. And look what happens. If I do that, you see that the same result is created. And A is also a vector as well. So the first one we created like that, and the result was this. The second one is also another way to create a vector very fast. So if you decided to create a vector, but you didn't want to just type it like that, you can use the colon. But remember that this colon represents that the first item is 1, the last item is 8, and it increments with 1 item. So 1 plus 1, 2, then again 1 added to 2 becomes 3, 1 added to 3 becomes 4. So as you see, the difference between these are all equal, and it is equal to 1. So this is the way you want to do it. But how about if you want to create a vector which jumps 2 steps ahead, not 1 step? So I can do that by B equals 1 colon 2 colon 8. Now I will tell MATLAB that start from 1, go to 8, but not 1 by 1, just jump 2 a step. And if I do that, you see that after 1, 2 is going to add it to it, becomes 3. 3 added to 2, 5. 5 added to 2 is going to be 7. So this is another way to create a vector with some specific elements. What is frequently used in MATLAB programming is that when they wanted to define time, they say that, okay, let's just start from 0, colon, and go very small part ahead, 0.1, and then colon, let's say 5. And if you hit enter, you see that a lot of columns are created. So if I type T here, you will notice that it's lengthy, and now let's find what's the length actually. Therefore, we come here and type length T, and if you hit enter, there are 51 elements inside the T vector. So these are the new ways that we can define a vector. So you will see them a lot in different programming contexts. So let me clear up the screen. We already learned that if we have a vector like A, and if you're interested in the third element, we can do it by A3. So it brings out the third element for us, or let's do with B. Let's say fourth element. It's going to bring out the 4 part in vector A. But what is interesting to know is that you can extract not a number, but also a portion of the vector. So if I type A equals, now if you tell me I want to extract starting from the second element up to the 5th element, so I can do 2 by 5. All right, 2 colon 5. What it does, it goes and extracts only that portion of vector. I can similarly do 2 to 4. Okay, so it goes and starts from A, 2, 3, 4. It brings out the 3 elements. CLC. Okay. Another important thing that I would like to inform you about is another function called linspace. Okay, so linspace comes from linear space, and if you type it, let me bring it here if I can. I can't. Okay, so do it this way. Should be able to bring it more help on it. Okay, here we go. All right, so if you type linspace, it will bring the function, and there are two ways that we can do it, like linspace A and B and linspace A, B, and N. So one item has 3 arguments, the other one has 2 arguments. So what it does, linspace, as you come here, linspace A and B generates a row vector that has 100 points linearly spaced between and including A and B. Okay, so if I come here, let me take it there. Okay, so if I say linspace 1 and 10, what it does, it creates 100 points which are spaced exactly equally between starting and including 1 up to 10 and including 10. So if I do that, it just creates 100 items for me, which is linearly spaced. Another one is linspace starting from 1, ending from 10, and like 5. Okay, what does this item, which has 3 parameters, do? This function starts from 1 up to 10 and creates 5 items which are equally spaced from 1 up to 10. So if I do that, you will see that the first one is 1, then 3.2, 5, and 5.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are 5 items here which are linearly spaced. These are also new ways to define vectors in MATLAB. The last thing that I would like to emphasize in this video is that when you extract a part or create a new vector, you're fully able to do some calculations on it, do multiplication, division, or some mean and average thing on it. For example, if I say mean of ants, which is the last result, it's going to give us very easily about it, or length of ants. And the result is, the length of, so let me put this one into a new variable called C, and now I can find the length of C, which is going to be 5. So there are a lot of calculations that you can start working with and practice on it until you're fully confident with MATLAB calculations. I hope that so far you've made a great progress in MATLAB programming and you're enjoying the class. Thank you very much and see you in next video.